So the Libertarian Party is pretty much cooked, right? Donald Trump and RFK Jr. both attended their Libertarian Party Conference that was this weekend. The first president in history to ever attend that conference, RFK Jr. is a Kennedy. The Libertarian Party showed their contentiousness, their disapproval for things that Donald Trump said. Watch their response and the way that they treat the former president of the United States and current frontrunner in the 2024 election. And then, after this video, I'm going to show you who they actually nominated.
Combine with us in a partnership. We're asking that of the Libertarians. We must work together. Combine with us. You have to combine with us. We cannot give crooked Joe Biden 4 more years. We cannot give crooked Joe Biden 4 more years. Anyone can talk about defending freedom, but I've actually put everything on the line to resist these despots and these stuff.
And he has. And it's funny because I love how Trump just smiles in their face, right? I mean, it's like he's never been booed before or whatever. I wouldn't be surprised if this crowd has a bunch of Kool-Aid stained hair and rainbow flags, right? Not the kind that represent God's covenant with earth to never flood it again either. Not that kind of rainbow.
And I stand before you tonight as your best hope of defeating the weaponized Biden. United, we will be unstoppable. If we unite, we are unstoppable. I will be a true friend to libertarians in the White House.
As a person who thought that they kind of aligned with the Libertarian Party, I'm realizing that these people are just another branch of Democrats. I agree with Tim Pool when he says that Libertarians won't take votes away from a Republican here. Libertarians aren't voting for Republicans, and I never realized that. I always thought there was this crossover, and maybe that's me just thinking of the traditional Libertarian, the Ron Paul Libertarian, the Libertarian that I knew as a kid growing up, right? Let's pull back the curtain and find out who the Libertarians actually nominated. From DailyMail.com, Libertarians nominate Chase Oliver for president, spurning both Trump and Kennedy. So they picked a no-name guy over the two juggernauts, essentially. But the Libertarian Party on Sunday nominated party activist Chase Oliver for president, rejecting former President Donald Trump and RFK Jr. Third parties have rarely been competitive in U.S. presidential elections, and the Libertarian candidate 4 years ago won 1% of the vote, and she was woke. But the party's decision is getting more attention this year due to the rematch between Trump and Democratic President Joe Biden, which could hinge on small vote margins in a handful of contested states. And that's why Trump was there. He believed that there might have been some people in the Libertarian Party that were smart enough to see the reality in that Trump had something to offer the Libertarians. I believe he was offering a cabinet spot as well. And Joe Biden offers nothing. But we did it. I am officially the presidential nominee. It's time to unify and move forward for liberty. Liberty being the only thing that a libertarian apparently cares about. No moral or principled background as a base. Just liberty, right? Whatever that means to you personally, I guess. Trump appeared Saturday night in Washington at the convention to give a speech that was repeatedly booed by many in the room. His Republican allies on Sunday praised him for choosing to go before an unfriendly crowd. Kennedy got a friendlier reception when he spoke on Friday and attacked both Trump and Biden for how they addressed the COVID pandemic. He had talked up his support for libertarians. And an endorsement could have helped him expedite the process of gaining ballot access in all 50 states. Perhaps the biggest hurdle he faces in qualifying for the first presidential debate in June hosted by CNN, because currently RFK is not on the ballot in every state. Libertarians prioritize small government and individual freedoms with a mix of policy positions that could be seen as liberal, conservative, or neither, which appears wishy-washy to me. You have any principles? You have any morals? Because if you have eyes these last 10 years, 15 years in the United States, you know there's a huge culture battle going on. Some even go so far as to say that it's a civil war, but libertarians are on both sides of it. They have no principles, they have no moral position, and they have no high ground that they can stand on ever at any point. Seeing how they treated and disrespected Donald Trump when he reached out with an olive branch and actually offered them something on the big scale government level. And now, seeing the responses on X, I just can't believe that this party could survive any longer. I just don't understand or see any future for this party without complete reconstruction from the within. They need to have better representatives, and the guy that they just nominated is not that. We got an X post here from Murray Rothbard. This has to be some kind of effing joke. After all the work put in by actual libertarians in charge at this LP, we end up with this? WTF is this? Are you serious? And this is a picture of the guy that they just nominated. That's the guy that's going to be on the presidential ticket against Joe Biden and President Trump. Tim Pool posted, the top single issue this year in polling consistently is immigration. The Libertarian Party just decided to nominate the open borders and amnesty guy. Sad. Stop me when I'm not describing a Democrat, right? Michael Malice, congratulations to comic Dave Smith. The Libertarian Party is now officially part of the problem. And I agree. And let's talk about Dave Smith a little bit more here. Let me find I have a post here where Dave Smith responded to a guy named David Fite. You know damn well that if you are the nominee, at Chase for Liberty would endorse you and vote for you. Okay? And Dave Smith responded by saying, I love you, David, but this is a bananas claim. When my guys took over for the LNC, Chase went out of his way to say that they didn't represent him. If I were the nominee, Chase and his supporters would make it their mission to ruin my life. Sounds like Chase and his supporters are a bunch of Democrats that don't like Trump. Are you Trump in that scenario? And let me tell you something. If you're going to be a presidential nominee, which is trying to be the president of the United States, you're going to have to be able to take some criticism and backlash and attacks from those people on that side. Because newsflash, the woke, lefty, LGBTQ Democrat community has been attacking Trump for years. Right? Not only that, it was Trump who put his cojones on the line when he walked into North Korea with no security detail in order to promote peace between two countries that are hostile. I don't think a guy like you who can't handle people from his own party attacking him for his personal views would last 2 minutes in the White House. And a lot of people are saying you, Dave Smith, are the person that was supposed to be the Libertarian nominee, but you backed out. The fact is the delegates made a huge mistake. Look at that reaction already. Chase may not have advocated for lockdowns, mandates, but he totally brought into the propaganda, bragging about outdoor masking, social distancing, and masking at dinners. He defended drag queen story hour, chemically castrating children, and supports open borders. Well, I mean, do you not agree with that? Because he's the leader of your party. You guys elected that guy. You don't agree with that? How does that work over there? And then finishing up, I can't support that, he says. It's a non-starter, and this is going to be very bad for the LP candidates, and there's nothing any of us can do about it. There's nothing any of you can do about it? Who are you? What are you guys talking about? It was you who just nominated the guy. There was absolutely everything that you could have done about it, but you chose to attack and laugh at Trump. And this is what you're left with. How do you not understand that the left infiltrates and takes over everything? They took over your party, bro. And you allowed it to happen when you backed out. Post here from the quartering. Your duly elected Libertarian candidate. I can never take this party seriously again. And that was his response to a Chase Oliver post from 2021 by @RealDonaldTrump. Glad you are banned. Hashtag sorry not sorry. Hashtag accountability. Hashtag 25th Amendment now. So he was supporting taking away Donald Trump's free speech. How was that pro-liberty? You guys didn't even elect somebody to represent your party that represents your values, your main core value, your only core value, in which is liberty. Again, I'll say that the Libertarian Party has been infiltrated by the woke left. Either that or that's just how they are. It's one or the other. Luke Rudkowski shared this meme, and I thought it was pretty funny. Even this post here by Clint Russell, who I actually like. I just want to make this very clear. Chase Oliver does not represent most libertarians, and very few of us will be supporting him come November. I, for one, will not be. Okay, well, how does he not represent you? Your party just nominated him. I think you have a case of loser denial. And does that mean you're going to go vote for Trump? I don't even get it. The fact that they're nominating a woke candidate might mean that he's more likely to take votes away from Biden than he is to take votes away from Trump, I guess. And finally, let's look at this one here from Dave Smith. The LP Mises Caucus set out on a mission to bring the Ron Paul revolution into the Libertarian Party. To shed the party of goofiness, wokeness, and corruption. It's been an incredibly rewarding journey, and I've met some amazing people who will be lifelong friends along the way. At the last convention in Reno, we swept every position with supermajorities. I can't ignore the elephant in the room here. This is all my fault, he said. When I was planning on running, there was a tremendous enthusiasm and energy among our ranks. When I pulled out for family-related reasons, it pulled the rug out from under our guys, and we weren't able to recover. Look, I don't know what family reasons he had, but Trump has had family reasons for